today I thought it would be fun if I shared my Costco haul. I have been away, and before I went away I ran all the fresh fruit in the fridge down, and so I came back to mostly no food. So I went to Costco. The other thing about Costco for me is that I don't live anywhere near a Costco, so it's about, depending on traffic, it's an hour each way. No, probably an hour and 10 minutes each way to Costco. So it's a 2.5 hour round trip, just the driving. So I don't go to Costco very often, but when I do go, I buy all the things, and I plan for things that I can freeze or will otherwise last a long time. Because it's just me, unless I'm having visitors, it's just me. So often the bulk sizes at Costco don't work for me. So there's probably a lot more things that you would buy at Costco if you have a family or at least a spouse. And if you live closer, you may do more things. But this for me is my big Costco haul, stocking up on all the things, because I don't go very often, and I like to maximize every trip that I take so that I don't make wasteful trips. I like to go once and do everything rather than go backwards and forwards and spend time and gas money. I would rather spend that money and time doing other creative things or restful things, or creating more recipes here for you than sitting on the road driving to Costco. So I do like to maximize my Costco trips. So here's the things that I bought at Costco today. I was very excited. I should also point out that I'm new to Costco. I only just signed up for a Costco membership because for me as a single girl, I was really only buying TP and Ziploc bags and cat litter until recently. But then I rediscovered Costco, and I got myself a card, and now I'm discovering more and more things that are really, really useful and a really, really good price. And one of those things is the Dubliner, the Kerrygold cheese, which it's $5.89 a pound, and of course this may vary regionally. This is $5.89 a pound, which is actually cheaper than the New Zealand cheddar that I used to get from Trader Joe's, only by 10 cents a pound, but still. Kerrygold is it's imported from Ireland. It's made from the milk of grass-fed cows. So this is grass-fed cheese. It's made in Ireland and imported here. It's $5.89 a pound. It does come in, these blocks are about 2 pounds. This is 1.86 pounds. So this block was $11. But as I say, that's cheaper per pound than the New Zealand grass-fed cheese I used to buy from Trader Joe's. So that was a big win for me. A lot of people love this cheese because of the flavor. So I was super excited about that. And of course it has nothing bad in it. And it has 9 grams of fat per ounce. So Kerrygold Dubliner cheese, cheap at Costco, and of course the shelf life. So this for me, so I bought 4 of these, so I have 8 pounds of cheddar that I bought today, but I don't want to have to keep running to Costco or either buying more expensive in the local store or running to Costco more often than not. So 8 pounds, because the date on this is January 31st, 19. So these are packed in a way that they will last a long time. So this is one of those things that you can like buy a whole bunch of it and put it in your fridge, and you don't have to worry about it running out, but you can take advantage of the bulk pricing at Costco while you're there. So super excited about that. Cheese, more cheese. Baby Bells. I love these, and they're fabulous for a quick snack. They're fabulous to add to a breakfast plate. Just peel one or two of these. They're fabulous for airplanes or road trips because they really don't need refrigerating. They're fine out the fridge for hours. The reason I'm so excited about getting these from Costco is they're so cheap at Costco. This entire bag, which has 32 in it, was, I want to say, $10.99. The little bag in the store, which has 10 in, it typically around where I am is $6.99, or some other places $7.99. This is 24, 3 or 4, or it's way more for essentially just a few dollars more, $4 more. So super excited about this. This is a fantastic way, Baby Bell, and of course they last forever. The date on these is November 22nd, 18. So this is another thing. If you're in Costco, grab a couple of these. You will save yourself a fortune by doing that because they're super cheap, and these are fantastic. I love these and great for traveling. So your Baby Bell cheeses. I also found these two grinders. One is Mediterranean sea salt, which is a bit finer, and the other one is Himalayan pink sea salt. And that's all they've got in them, and they have their own built-in grinders. So really, really good price for some great sea salt and Himalayan pink salt. Costco, yay. What shall I do next? Primal Kitchen. If you don't know Primal Kitchen, they have a range of dressings. They just had the whole range was available on their booth at KetoCon 2018, where you could try them all. It was fantastic. The folks were lovely. They also had their ketchup there, which I think is a new product, which I have to say tastes exactly like Heinz ketchup. Has no added sugar in it at all, so super excited about that. These, however, are available at Costco in the double pack, way, way cheaper than you would buy a single bottle at, say, your Whole Foods or another local store. So this was the only flavor they had at my Costco, or rather the Costco I went to today, but super cheap. I want to say that was under $10 for the two. They are sugar-free, soy and canola-free, dairy-free, gluten and grain-free. So the ingredients are avocado oil, organic red wine vinegar, organic apple cider vinegar, sea salt, organic black pepper, organic oregano, organic coriander, organic garlic powder, organic marjoram, organic lemon juice concentrate, and oil of oregano. So 2 teaspoons has 16 grams of fat, or 1 teaspoon has 8 grams of fat. So this is a really, really excellent way. If you need some more fat, this is a super, super easy, excellent, tasty way to get some more fat on your plate if that's what you need. If it isn't, fine. If it is, here it is. All good things. All good things. So I'm very excited about that. Guac. Now, I know a lot of people know about these. I'm relatively new to these. I found these on my last trip to Costco, and I was super, super excited about them. So it's the Holy Guacamole. This is the minis. So they're little avocado, just a little pot, a little single serving. Let me show you. It's a little serving like that, which is fabulous. You can take them with you for lunch. You can Save yourself the hassle of peeling, chopping, wondering what to do with the other half of the avocado. All they have in them is avocados, water, and garlic. They have a long life, so, well, longish life. This expires on July 20th, so that's a month from today. But you can also freeze these. So if you're getting to the near the date, freeze them before the sell by date, or the best before date, and they'll be great. Road trips, airplane rides, lunches, you know, snack, fabulous, fabulous. So I bought some of those because I love those. But I also bought this time, they do these big buckets, because there's times when you have a crowd, or you just know you're going to use a lot by something. Same thing, this has a date of July 7th, so I'm probably not going to use all these by July 7th. They come 3 in a box. They were actually on sale, so all of this avocado, which is, so this is 3 pounds of avocado, was $10 because they were on sale today. So that was just magnificent. You can freeze these. So, or if you wanted, you could open them, put them in smaller containers, and then freeze those. So these worked out for the same amount, because in here, no, actually, so this was £2.5 total, was $13.49, I think. This today, these were $10 for 3, for £3. So more economical, and if there's a lot of you, or you know you're going to eat it quick, this is more economical, but you can freeze these too. So I bought both. Super excited about having the bigger option. So that's the guacamole. It also gets you away from the, you know, buying avocados and they're too hard, and then they're gone, and you know you can just, it's hard to get them at the right time. So super excited about that. Salmon, had a bit of a salmon fest. Wild Alaskan pink salmon. Did a podcast recently about salmon, and I talked a lot about canned salmon. Completely different texture to either, you know, whole fresh salmon, poached salmon, baked salmon, and smoked salmon. Completely different flavor. Fantastic, portable lunch options. If you have a can opener with you, would be great in the car if you have a can opener with you. Fantastic nutrition, lots of omega-3s, hugely high in omega-3s. This is Wild Alaskan pink salmon. This is boneless and skinless. I don't mind the bones. I'm fine with the bones, but this is boneless and skinless if that's a thing that's not for you. And because they're Kirkland brand, excellent price. Yay. And this has nothing in it but pink salmon and salt. So, salmon. Continuing on the salmon theme, Costco, I love smoked salmon, and when I say smoked salmon, I mean what Americans call lox. So the very, very finely sliced raw salmon. I love it. I always look in Costco for a good price, because if they have it on sale, I'm buying it, because smoked salmon is expensive, and so I don't eat it all the time because I have a food budget. So I always look for a good price. They had 2 offers today. This is one of them. This was smoked Norwegian salmon slices, but it has 3 different types in. It has dill, where it has dill around the edge. There's traditional plain, and then there's pepper with pepper around the edge. So I bought this one because it was on special, which made it more affordable, but also I thought it would be cool to change it up, just to add some variety to my salmon. This is fabulous for, I mean, no cook. You eat it as it is, for breakfast with eggs, for a sandwich filling in your keto bread, or your Carrie Brown cheesy biscuits, or that kind of thing. Fabulous. Also would be great in a salad. If you like salad, have this as your protein. Really, really good stuff. Now this, let me see. This says it includes a packet of honey mustard dill sauce. And you will not want to eat the dill sauce. So just eat the salmon. There's 12 ounces of salmon there. It was a really good price, 3 different varieties. The sauce has sugar, honey, canola oil, modified corn sauce, blah, 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 blah. So toss the sauce, but buy the salmon. Then there was more. The Kirkland Signature Smoked Salmon was also on sale. It's still expensive, but this is a 2-pack. So there's 2 12-ounce packets there, but it was on a little bit of a sale, so I got 2. That's a treat for me because it's expensive. When it goes on sale, I make the most of it. What else did I find? This is not something that I normally eat, but I'm not a huge ham fan. I mean, I like it, but if there's other things, I'll probably choose the other things. So, but I saw these today, and I haven't had Canadian bacon for a long time, and this was a crazy price. So this is Jones Dairy Farm from Fort Atkinson in WI. Is that Wisconsin? I think it's Wisconsin. I don't know my state abbreviations, all of them. This is uncured Canadian bacon, no nitrates added, not preserved. Now don't panic because it says 97% fat-free. It's super, super easy to add fat. So if you see a product like this for something that you love, you can add the fat. When it comes to meat, don't worry so much if it says something like fat-free. So I was just in the mood for Canadian bacon. This is actually a double pack, and I don't remember the price, but I know it was a silly price for what it was. I will almost certainly put 1 pack in the freezer and then use the other pack up. Not sure what the date is. So use or freeze by August 27th. So that's June, July. So 2 months. This has got a 2-month date. I'll put 1 in the freezer and I'll keep 1 out. It's still got a 2-month shelf life. So, and these are fully cooked, cherry wood smoked. So super excited about that. Next up we have bacon. And I admit that I have been Trader Joe's bacon girl for a long time. Costco, I'm new to Costco. So today I realized that they had what appears to be really good bacon for cheaper than Costco. It comes in bulk, but again, that's okay because they're in individual packets. So there's 1.5 pounds in each packet. And so, and I actually bought 4. So 3 of those are going in the freezer and 1 will stay out. They have a shelf life of 2 months. So as I say, 3 will go in the freezer, 1 will stay out. Once it's unpacked, I will eat it over probably a few days. So that's awesome. It's hardwood smoked, thick sliced, uncured bacon, product of Canada, not preserved. No nitrates or nitrates added. Pork raised with no antibiotics ever, no added hormones, no preservatives, no MSG added, and gluten-free. It does have cultured celery extract, spice extract, and of course the little bit of sugar, but you don't have to worry about that. And there's endless podcasts, one of which is on the Keto Evangelist Kitchen podcast, explaining to you why. There's also information at the Keto Evangelist website that will tell you why you don't need to worry about that. So that's bacon. Yay, bacon. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful bacon. Very excited about that. Very excited about getting it cheaper. I hope that cheaper than Trader Joe's. I hope that it tastes as good. If it doesn't, I will let you know. Also, in a similar vein, super excited about these that I found today. Teton Waters Ranch 100% grass-fed beef. All natural beef raised with no hormones, no antibiotics. Are never fed grain, spend their entire lives on open pastures, are never given hormones, never given antibiotics, are treated with care and allowed to behave naturally. Cooked, uncured Polish sausage made with beef, certified humane. What is in them? Grass-fed beef, water, less than 2% of the following: sea salt, vinegar, spices including paprika, celery powder, garlic powder, cherry powder. There is 12 in here. Again, awesome. You buy a bunch, but for me, for single girls or two people, you can keep one of these out, put two of these in the freezer. They freeze beautifully. So bulk buying. I don't remember how much they were, but I was amazed at how little they cost given what they are. Also, you pay less because you buy in bulk, but because they're packaged the way they are, I can put two in the freezer and that's all goodness. So I was super excited about these. I haven't tried them, but I'm sure they're awesome. Brown in a pan or grill for 5 to 7 minutes. So there's your hamburgers for 4th of July. Also super excited about these. Coleman organic basil and roasted garlic organic chicken meatballs. I was looking today specifically for pre-made things for times when you can't cook, don't want to cook, don't have time to cook, have a hoard of, like all the things that make cooking difficult. I was looking specifically for things so that I could show products that you could buy that are just keto, that are pre-cooked, don't need you to do anything other than heat them, or not even that. This seems like a great option. I haven't tried them yet. If it turns out they're nasty, I'll let you know. But from reading the label, there's all the things, all the boxes that we look for are checked. Organic feed, no added hormones, no antibiotics, no nitrates, no fillers, no MSG. The ingredients are certified organic chicken raised without antibiotics, organic basil, water, 2% or less of sea salt, organic roasted garlic, organic vinegar, organic black pepper, extract of oregano. And 4 meatballs, which they call a serving. So 4 meatballs will give you 10 grams of fat, 14 grams of protein. Of course, if you serve them with something like zoodles, you can add some butter to the zoodles to up your fat if you need a higher ratio. So don't panic about the fact that there's slightly more protein than fat. You can always add more fat if you need it or want it. As I say, for this, the perfect thing will be to just cook yourself some zoodles, some zucchini noodles, or even you could put them over miracle noodles if you like those. I personally do, and whack some butter or some olive oil on that with your meatballs. There's your extra fat. This is 2 1-pound packages. They're fully cooked, so all you have to do is heat them. You can see they're actually stuck inside the box, but there's 2 1-pound packages. So once again, even if there's not a lot of you, or 1 or 2 of you, you can put one in the freezer, keep the other one out. The shelf life is 1 month. So I'm putting one in the freezer, I'm leaving 1 month, one out. Perfect. I'm super excited about these. I will let you know if they're not good, but the company that make them, they're in Colorado, Lakewood, Colorado. They're saying all the right things, so I'm very, very, very hopeful that these just taste fantastic and will be a really, really great fast option for busy families. Butter, of course, I picked up some butter. I was a little bit scared at first because I saw the price and it was over $10, and I was like, oh my goodness, what happened to the price of Kerrygold at Costco? Last time I bought butter from Costco, there was 3 in a packet, but then I noticed that this is 4 in a packet, so that actually made it about $2.50, $2.70, somewhere around there, about $2.70 a brick, which around here is a great price. So I grabbed some butter. Roll mops. Roll mops are pickled herrings. I absolutely love these. These are very much a Scandinavian, Northern European thing. I absolutely love them. My father loved them. That's where I got my love of them from. You will notice if you look at the label, and don't be scared because there's some carbs in here. One, because when they pickle them, they usually add some sugar to the pickling solution, and also roll mops always come with a bunch of onions, and onions are good for keto in moderation. A lot of onions, the carbs do add up, although these are white onions, so they're less carby than red or yellow onions, so that's good. What I do, I don't eat all the onions, but what I do is when I get this home, I tip the whole contents into a sieve or a colander, and then I rinse them. So that rinses away any sugar that is still in the pickling solution, and then I take the fish out and put it in Pyrex, and then I'll take probably about 1/3 of the onions, put it in the Pyrex, and the rest I throw away. So I don't eat all the onions. That's where a lot of the carbs are. So you can adjust up and down how many onions you want to eat, depending on where you're at, what your goals are, and what your carb tolerance is, or what. So, but there, when you read the jar, don't go crazy because the carbs, most of it's in the onions, and I do rinse them. I love, love, love these. The price of these in Costco is crazy. This jar, this huge jar, which is 26 ounces, is, I want to say, $4.99. In the regular stores, the little tiny jars of the exact same thing are like $6.99. So this is a massive bargain. If you've never tried them, I highly encourage you to try them once. They are a bit of an acquired taste. They're pickled and it's fish. I love them. If you try them and don't like them, but you might try them and love them. And I love them. I didn't just buy one. I bought 8 jars of this because I don't get to Costco often, so I stock up when I'm there because they're such a fantastic price. And this is a great snack. Sometimes I'll have this for breakfast. You can eat them at any time. Great in salads, all the things. So roll mops, try them if you haven't. Then another thing I was excited about was, this was another thing that I used to get at Trader Joe's, but I've now discovered that they're cheaper at Costco, which is your grilled chicken breast strips. The ones at Trader Joe's were awesome, but there's 2 1-pound packages here. They're cheaper at Costco, and there's nothing bad in them. This is the Kirkland brand. No preservatives or artificial ingredients. The boneless, skinless breast meat, fully cooked and ready to eat. So these are great for a really, really fast option. You can saute them to heat them up. You can put them in a stir fry. You can put them in sandwiches with your favorite biscuits, or, you know, whatever you use for keto bread. All sorts of things you can do with them. Super, super fast. I normally cook my own chicken, but I was thinking about some things that I could do to help you get a meal on the table really, really quickly. This is 2 1-pound packages, so Costco are brilliant at this, that you get the bulk benefits, but you can actually just cut this in half and put one in the freezer. So even for single, small families, single people, couples with no children, you can still get the benefits of the bulk, but without actually having the bulk. So the shelf life on these is 6 weeks. One's going in the fridge, one's going in my freezer. So I'm going to see if I like them as much as the Trader Joe's one. I can't see how they would be much different. The ingredients in here are boneless, skinless chicken breast. Chicken broth contains 2% or less of salt or natural flavour. So that's your grilled chicken breast strips. Do not panic about the fact that they are grilled breast skinless. You can always add fat. So don't worry about the fact that there's not a lot of fat here. Where is it? You've got, in a 3-ounce serving, you've got 22 grams of protein. You've only got 2 grams of fat. Don't worry about the fat. Think of this. Shred some romaine lettuce, toss in some chicken, add some grated parmesan. You've got some fat in the parmesan too, and then get your Greek vinaigrette and toss some of that on. Remember, this was 16 grams per 2 tablespoons. So say you put 4 tablespoons of dressing onto your romaine and chicken and parmesan, you have upped your fat by 32 grams. And you've got more fat in the parmesan, and so then you completely reverse the fat to protein macro. So do not panic. Don't not buy these because they're much heavier down the protein end. You can always find a way to add fat. You could do your zoodles or your miracle noodles, use these, add butter to your miracle noodles, make a sauce of butter and cream and some herbs, and then mix this in. So you've got like a chicken carbonara, but with no pasta, and you get the sauce, make the sauce fatty, cream cheese, butter, cream, that kind of thing. Make yourself an Alfredo sauce. Do not worry about the fact that there's not a lot of fat in the meat, because you can add it. So that's that. And then finally, almond flour. Now typically the gold standard for almond flour is Honeyville. I had a 25-pound box of Honeyville ground almond flour in my freezer before I left Seattle, and I sold it because I couldn't bring it with me. So I sold it to the wonderful Keto Evangelist Unlimited member Linda Peterson for a song. So she's super happy because she's got a bunch of really great quality almond flour in her freezer for not very much money. But that left me without any. And I saw this in Costco today, super cheap. It was like $3.50-ish per pound, which is super, super cheap. It seems incredibly fine. I haven't cooked with it. I'm going to have to try it. If it's really horrible, I'll let you know. But it seems really, really fine. There's also a gluten-free almond brownie recipe on the back, so I may just have to keto-fy that and see how that is. But that's the almond meal. The almond flour. Now you'll notice that it's all white. That tells you that it's blanched. Blanched means that the skins have been removed. Almond flour is always white. The skins have been removed. If it's brown speckles, it means it's unblanched, and typically we call that almond meal. It means that the skins are still on. The almonds have been ground with the skins on. Almond meal will absorb a lot more liquid than almond flour, so that's why it's not recommended that you just switch out meal for flour in recipes, because if there's any liquid, your ratios are going to be off. That's not going to help you. So I'm going to try out this almond flour. It was a really, really good price. This is a 3-pound bag, which, depending on how much baked goods you make, should last you a while. The date on this is, it's got a 10-month life. However, nuts are very high in fat, and they will go rancid quickly. The warmer it is, the quicker they will go rancid. So all nuts and nut flours should be kept preferably in the freezer, but if not in the freezer, in the fridge. It doesn't get super hard in the freezer. It only takes a few minutes to come up to room temperature once you've taken it out. So please keep your nut flours in the freezer. If that's really impossible, in the fridge. And it actually says on here, storage recommendation, store in refrigerator or freezer for optimal freshness. And I highly encourage you to do that wherever you live, but if you live anywhere that gets warm ever, in the freezer. But yeah, nearly a year's shelf life on this, so stock up while it's cheap. I will let you know if this doesn't work, but I have really high hopes for it. And that, lovely people, is my Costco haul for today. I hope that there's some things that's given you some ideas, maybe some things that you've missed at Costco, because Costco's just like a black hole and you can miss all sorts of things. So maybe there's some new things that you've missed that you haven't found yet. Maybe there's some ideas that you haven't thought about how to use the things. I will be using some of these pre-made things in dishes that will hopefully help you get dinner on the table really quickly. Dishes that will be super fast, super easy, and super delicious, and super keto. So, yay, Costco. See ya.